Well, the Carthage College Lady Reds get set to open up a two-game homestand, and they'll start it off taking on the Elmhurst Blue Jays tonight as they get set to wrap up the back end of the first round of the round robin in CCIW play. Good evening, everyone. John Weiser with you from the beautiful Tarble Arena on the campus of Carthage College, Kenosha, Wisconsin, as the 12th-ranked Carthage Lady Reds come in with a record of 14-2, 5-0 in CCIW play, looking for their 8th straight win as they will take on the Elmhurst Blue Jays tonight, 10-6. Blue Jays are 2-3 in CCIW play. If you were with us on Saturday night, an exciting ball game down in Decatur as the Lady Reds toughed one out on the road over Milliken, knocking off the Big Blues 73-63 at the Griswold Center in Decatur. As the Lady Reds opened up a 12-2 lead early in that contest, only to see the Big Blue pull back to within 3 at the 10.5-minute mark, 12-9. Lady Reds took off on an 18-5 run to take a 16-point lead late in the first half and led by 11 at the break, 32-21. Milliken pulled it within 6 points in the second half, 40-34 at the 13-minute mark, and again at the 7.5-minute mark at 52-46. But Christy Schmidt hit a three-point play with 4 minutes left. That put the Lady Reds back up by 14, and Carthage controlled the remaining 4 minutes of that contest, winning by 10, 73-63. 4 Lady Red players in double figures in that contest, led by this week's reigning CCIW Player of the Week, Stephanie Kuzmanik. Kuzmanik, the senior out of Mount Prospect, Illinois, had 21 points on 9 of 18 from the field, along with 6 rebounds and 4 assists. Christy Schmidt, the senior from Bloomington, Illinois, scored 18 points on 5 of 9 shooting. She was 8 of 10 from the line. She also collected 6 rebounds. And Michelle Wenzel, the senior out of Delavan Darien High School, had a double-double, 14 points on 6 of 10 from the field, and a game-high 14 rebounds, her second highest total of the season, coming off the glass in that victory. Alexis Heim, also coming off the bench, added 12 points and 4 rebounds for the Lady Reds, who get set to take on a Blue Jay team that is starting to regain its stride, if you will. This is a Blue Jay team that coming off a pair of wins at home against Milliken and North Park, lost at North Central on Saturday, 111-92, the final in that one. But Melody Schwartman continues to shine for this Blue Jay team, as Schwartman scored 22 points in that contest, the 6th time that she has gone over the 20-point mark this year. She is the team's leading scorer, averaging just under 15 points a game. And she is joined by Fiona McMahon on the post. Both are post players. At 6 foot junior is Schwartman. 6'1 junior is McMahon. McMahon 13 points and leads the team in rebounding with 8. Throw in the fact that McMahon was a second-team all-conference player last year and a third-team selection in Karen Sinnett, who's averaging 9 points a game as a senior at the guard position. And this is a dangerous team to be playing here tonight. Not alone that this team is a pretty good shooting team, 44% from the field. They're averaging just under 75 points a game, but they get it done on the glass. They are a +7 in the rebounding category. That is number 1 in the CCIW in rebounding margin coming into the game here tonight. Defensively, they allow 66 points per game, 36% shooting, and 30% from the three-point arc. And then you compare that with the totals for the Lady Reds. Lady Reds come in ranked nationally in field goal percentage. Lady Reds coming into this game hitting at 52% from the field. The Lady Reds also 43% from three-point range, and they are a +6 on the glass. And then when you factor in the scoring margin, 21 points per game, that's a top 5 nationally in Division III basketball. So this should be a very interesting matchup here tonight. Defense-oriented Elmhurst going up against the offensive-minded Carthage Lady Reds here this evening. The matchups to keep an eye on obviously will be in the post. Can Michelle Wenzel and Christy Schmidt handle the post presence of Schwartman and McMahon tonight? And again, you're not going to see too much difference from these two teams. They're not going to stray too much from what they do. You're not going to see all-out pressure. You're not going to see radical press being thrown at either team here tonight, but just some good, solid basketball. Both teams play the game correctly, and should be an interesting matchup, to say the least. A couple of Lady Red players are doing well nationally as well. Haley Stursick continues to lead the NCAA Division III in three-point field goal percentage, 54%, and is ranked third in three-point field goals per game at just under 4 per contest. Stephanie Kuzmanik is ranked fourth nationally in assists at 7.4 per game. Michelle Wenzel, sixth in the nation in field goal percentage at 62%. As a team, Carthage is ranked first in all of Division III in team field goal percentage, 52%. Lady Reds are first in Division III in three-point field goal percentage, 43%. They are third in the nation in assist-turnover ratio at 1.28, and they are 11th in the nation in scoring margin at 21.4 points per game, and they are 13th in scoring offense, averaging a shade over 81 points per contest. So the Blue Jays will have their hands full. This will not be a repeat of the game that was played here last year, mid-January, when the Lady Reds stormed the floor and just took the Blue Jays completely out of their game, held the Blue Jays to only 8 first-half points. The Lady Reds raced out to a 41-8 lead at the half and cruised in for the win in that contest by a final of 63-33, holding the Blue Jays to their lowest point total of the year right here at the Tarble Arena back on January the 16th of 2013. So this should be an interesting matchup here tonight between these two teams. Interesting in one other sense, and that is Lady Reds need to remain focused on this game here tonight. They cannot be caught looking ahead to Saturday's matchup with Illinois Wesleyan. They have to let tonight take care of itself. They win this game tonight, then they know they go into Saturday's contest with first place on the line. Lose tonight, and they'll be battling to try to get back into first place should Illinois Wesleyan win their game against North Central tonight. So that's the key here tonight. Can the Lady Reds stay focused for a full 40 minutes here tonight on their opponent, the Elmhurst Blue Jays? We'll pause and take a 60 break. When we come back, we'll visit with head basketball coach Tim Bernero and get his thoughts on tonight's game as our pregame show continues from the Tarble Arena in Kenosha. The Carthage Lady Reds taking on the Elmhurst Blue Jays on 1050 WLIP. Welcome back to the Tarble Arena as the Carthage Lady Reds get set to take on the Elmhurst Blue Jays as they begin to wind down the first run through conference play. Just a couple more games left in the first round of the double round robin in CCIW play, and the Blue Jays come in with a record of 10-6, 2-3 in conference play, and we're joined now by head coach Tim Bernero, and it's a pretty important ball game here tonight for the Lady Reds in a couple of ways. Number one, this Blue Jay team, a very pesky team, very good team, starting to find its way a little bit, and this is the game before Illinois Wesleyan on Saturday, so you got to focus in on just this one game season here tonight.
Yeah, very dangerous team. If you go back over their 16-game resume, it's a team that was 20 points ahead at Whitewater, weren't able to hold on. You know, we know Whitewater's a quality team. It's a team that beat Co, a team that we didn't beat. So there's a straight comparison that that's not always accurate and for you or against you, but a capable team that can score inside with a couple of their post players are very good. They have some very experienced guards, a nice freshman guard that you have to deal with, and you know, we've had good luck with them in the past few years, but you know, you still got to go play this one and you know, make sure, like you said, we're not looking ahead to anything that's going to come in front of us. We've got to take care of tonight's game, and that would get us to 6-0 in a good spot.
Coming off a nice road win in Decatur on Saturday. Road wins in this league are golden, regardless of how you get them. You won by 10, 73-63. But again, Stephanie Kuzmanik starting to assert herself offensively again, and I think that's a good sign here for your squad.
Yeah, down the stretch, so to speak, the last month or so, that's something you look for from your seniors especially, and she's the best player on our team, so she can impact the game that way. And she made some plays the other day that helped us, hold Milliken off. And that's, I think sometimes we get a little out ahead of ourselves, and I think we should beat everybody by 30 points. And like you said, a road win in the league is worth gold. And Milliken's got a nice team. They're kind of struggling to find a win in the league, but when they do, it wouldn't surprise me if they won a handful more. And it's just a matter of, hey, we didn't play perfectly on Saturday, but we played well enough to win a road game, and now we've got to play better tonight.
Getting production out of the post position as well. Wenzel and Schmidt went 11 for 19 in the ball game against Milliken the other night, and collected 18 rebounds between the two, 20 rebounds between the two, and got 32 points out of your post position.
Yeah, and they've been pretty consistent all year long. I mean, obviously helped. I think we can. I don't know that either of them would tell you they played their best game, but they did make the contributions that they're capable of doing, and sometimes you expect a lot of them, and you go, well, your feeling during the game is they're not playing great, but the results prove what they've done, and the numbers prove what they did. They shot a high percentage and did a good job on the boards, and that's what we look for from them, and it kind of helps guide the team along in that area.
We've got the Blue Jays in the building here tonight. Melody Schwartman, almost 15 points a game. She's the third leading scorer in the CCIW coming into play here tonight. Shooting about 61%, so she's getting her shots around the basket. So not only do you have to worry about her, but Fiona McMahon, 13 points, 8 rebounds, second leading scorer on the team, a second-team all-conference player from a year ago.
Yeah, and last year was McMahon, like you said, made the all-conference team, and Schwartman might have made as big a jump from last year to this year as anybody I can think of in the league, and that's made them tough because now they have two post players that you have to account for. Before it was just you worried more about McMahon and handle their guard stuff. Now it's a little different because they can get stuff from both posts, and they shoot the ball reasonably well from the outside. So it's a job that we have to do well on defense by contesting their post move, post positioning more than anything, beating them to spots, making it tough for them to get the ball in there, and then be able to help each other when we need to, whether on the lobs into the post or the drives from the guards.
One of the things that concerns me tonight, they're +7 on the boards coming in, and a very good rebounding team, obviously with the post players we just mentioned. But another thing we talk about, and it's really hard to believe we talk about it because your team's shooting 50% or better most nights, but offensive rebounding got to be a key here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, and that's something that the numbers just don't allow you to do, from the standpoint that we don't get a lot of offensive rebounds because we're shooting 52%. So I can live with that part. I think we probably get a little bit better in that area. So then it flips to just don't let them get any, because we're usually a pretty good defensive team. We force the missed shot. That's my simple math there, is you force a missed shot and they get a rebound and put it back in, that's 50%. So now you've not only, given up the control of the boards, but now you're raising their field goal percentage. So you don't want to give them extra chances there. One time, one shot and out, and then get down into our offensive stuff where we're pretty good.
Head basketball coach Tim Bernero joining us on our pregame as the Carthage Lady Reds getting set to take on the Elmhurst Blue Jays. We're just about set for tip-off here tonight from the Tarble Arena in Kenosha, and glad you're along for this one here this evening as we take a look at other action going on in the CCIW tonight. Big game we'll keep an eye on for you as the night progresses. Illinois Wesleyan is at North Central tonight in women's basketball. Milliken playing host to Augustana, and Wheaton is at North Park. So those will be the games we'll key on here tonight. Also the Redmen in action. Carthage Redmen are in Elmhurst tonight, and we'll follow that ball game very closely as well. And we'll get updates as our game progresses here tonight. An important set here for the Lady Reds. Interesting quirk in the schedule for Carthage. They will play tonight here at home and Saturday night at home, hopefully in a first-place showdown with Illinois Wesleyan. And then they will have a week off between games. North Park rescheduled the game that they were going to be playing on Wednesday toward the end of the season. So, in effect, the Lady Reds will have a week off coming out of the first round of the conference schedule and go into the second round. A week from this Saturday, that would be February 1st, they will be in Naperville to take on North Central. So a whole week off leading up to that North Central game. Schedule couldn't have broken a better way to get out of that Illinois Wesleyan game on Saturday and then have a week off to get prepared for the second round of conference play in Naperville on February the 1st. So that's kind of the scheduling quirk. It doesn't affect the men's side of things. Carthage will host North Park on Wednesday night, so a big homestand opportunity for the Redmen as they also will play Saturday night hosting Illinois Wesleyan and then on Wednesday host the North Park Vikings. So those will be the next couple of dates. You can come on out and see the Redmen and Lady Reds in action. Hopefully we'll see you here Saturday in what should be a first-place showdown on both ends, both for the Lady Reds and for the Carthage Redmen. Starting lineup tonight for the Blue Jays, it'll be Fiona McMahon starting at a forward, 6'1" junior out of St. Charles, Illinois. 13 points, 8 rebounds per contest. Devin Vaughn will start at a guard, a 5'9" senior from North Aurora. Katie Swanson gets a start at guard, a 5'5" sophomore from Oak Forest. Karen Sinnett will start at guard, a 5'6" senior out of Anchorage, Alaska. She is a third-team all-conference selection from a year ago. And Hannah Lippman will get a start tonight. Now, Lippman is a 5'9" freshman out of Chicago, Illinois, Burbank Queen of Peace High School. That's your starting lineup for the Blue Jays. Tethany Carrillo is the head basketball coach, now in her 6th season as head coach for the Elmhurst Blue Jays. Familiar lineup for the Carthage Lady Reds. They will start at guards. Haley Stursick, a 5'5" senior out of Chicago Marist, among the leaders, one of the nation's leaders in the three-point shooting. Aaron Quinn, 5'8" junior out of Island Lake, Illinois. Michelle Wenzel, a 6'1" senior out of Darien. Stephanie Kuzmanik, a 5'8" senior out of Mount Prospect, Illinois. And Christy Schmidt, a 5'9" senior out of Bloomington, Illinois. Your starting lineup for the Carthage Lady Reds. Let's head down to Adam King, our PA announcer here at the Tarble Arena.
And remember, Captain Battery, we pay tribute to all who have sacrificed their lives for our country, and honor those who today put themselves in harm's way in service to America. To honor America, please remain standing for the playing of the national anthem. Playing the anthem tonight is the Carthage Pep Band.
Carthage Pep Band with our national anthem here tonight from the Tarble Arena in Kenosha. Incidentally, I want to thank Rob Schiffrel. Sent me an email today. Rob works in our admissions office and sent me a note to pass along that today is Carthage's birthday. The Carthage campus, founded back in 1847 down in the Springfield, Illinois area. So Carthage celebrating its 167th year in existence. So big ball game here for the 12th ranked Lady Reds. They move up 2 spots in this week's D3Hoops.com poll from number 14 to number 12 as they get set to host the Elmhurst Blue Jays here this evening. We'll head downstairs to our PA announcer here at the Tarble Arena, Adam King, for the Lady Reds starting lineup.
Are you ready? And now let's meet the starting lineup for your Carthage Lady Reds. At 4 to 5'9", senior from Normal Community High School, from Bloomington, Illinois, number 34, Christy Schmidt. At guard, a 5'8", junior from Mundelein Carmel Catholic High School, from Island Lake, Illinois, number 12, Aaron Quinn. At center, a 6'1", senior from Delavan Darien High School, out of Darien, Wisconsin, number 23, Michelle Wenzel. At guard, a 5'5", senior from Marist High School, from Chicago, Illinois, she wears number 11, Haley Stursick. And at guard, a 5'8", senior from Wheeling High School, from Mount Prospect, Illinois, number 24, Stephanie Kuzmanek. Your head coach for the Lady Reds is Tim Bernero. He's assisted by Maggie McCloskey and Katie Otto.
Stephanie Kuzmanek, this week's reigning Conference Player of the Week in the CCIW. Also, Malcolm Kelly being recognized on the men's side for a second consecutive week. Kelly scoring 33 in the victory over Milliken on Saturday. So, second week in a row, the Lady Reds and Redmond sweeping Player of the Week honors. Blue Jays in the navy blue jerseys, navy blue shorts, trimmed out in light blue and white. Lady Reds in the white jerseys, white shorts trimmed out in red and black. Our officials tonight, Donald Bumgart, Jeff Cross, and Corky Schreiner. And it will be Michelle Wenzel jumping center against Fiona McMahon. And the opening tip brought down by the Blue Jays. Left to right as we view it here from our broadcast position across the way from the camera angle that you're watching on the live video. As the inside pass looking to go inside, stolen by Wenzel. She'll hand it off to Kuzmanek. And pass right off the bat by Katie Swanson that time, looking to go inside for Lippman. Now Wenzel will set it up offensively. They work it around to Quinn, high on the right. Up top to Stursick, around the left side to Kuzmanek. Now top of the circle, Wenzel, one dribble, lobs it down low on the right block, looking for Christy Schmidt. Tried to back in, missed it, got the second effort, ball blocked out of bounds. Lady Reds will retain possession. Kind of a tough pass that time by Wenzel, trying to lead Schmidt underneath to the right block, and unfortunately that caught her underneath that basket at an awkward angle. Lady Reds will inbound. They'll get it in to Stursick, to Quinn, around the left side to Kuzmanek. Man-to-man defense here for the Blue Jays. You're going to see pretty much of that all night long. Quinn will pop from outside. That one's no good. Schmidt, though, with an offensive board. Back to Wenzel. Free throw line jumper, good. Michelle Wenzel off the feed from Christy Schmidt, who gathered the offensive rebound, and the Lady Reds up by a score of 2-0. These two teams played here last year. It was ugly, to say the least, on the offensive end for Elmhurst. They really struggled. 8 first-half points, only 2 field goals in that first half. McMahon, off-balance shot, right block, goes down. Caught that ball on her hip, brought it all the way up, all in one motion, laid it off the glass and in to tie the game at 2. Second team all-conference a year ago. Now Quinn high on the left arc, back outside to Stursick. She'll pop for 3. That one's too strong, rolls around, deflected, and picked up by the Blue Jays and Lipman. She'll get it out to Sennett. Sennett will handle it on the dribble. Now works it off to Swanson. Back into the hands of Vaughn, working the perimeter. This team shoots the ball fairly well. Primarily will defend you from the arc in. It's a free throw line jumper on the way, no good by Sennett, and the rebound tipped out to Kuzmanik. Game tied at 2. We've played 2 minutes. Kuzmanik works it off to Schmidt, top of the circle. Thought about it. Waves the ball around, now dishes it off to Kuzmanik again. Player of the week this week, drives hard to the basket right side, overlaid, rebound McMahon. Good defense by Lipman that time, stayed with Kuzmanik right to the basket. Forced her to change the shot. Now McMahon with it, guarded by Wenzel, kicks it back out in the arc left side. Penetrating is Lipman, cut off on that penetration by Kuzmanik. They flip it back up into the hands of Swanson. She'll circle around right side, cut off on the baseline by Stursick and Wenzel. Flips it back out top to Sennett. Back to the guard Swanson. Her three-point shot no good. Quinn will race it out. Quinn down the floor, gives it off to Schmidt, going strong to the basket, walk with it. She wanted to gather that one in and draw the foul, and kind of took an extra crow hop off that feed from Quinn. So the first turnover of the night for the Lady Reds. Blue Jays will bring it back up. 2-2 our score, 3 minutes in. John Weiser with you tonight from the Tarble Arena in Kenosha. McMahon backing down the right block, shooting over Wenzel, missing. Kuzmanik will race out the rebound. Kuzmanik down the floor, penetrates, lays it off the glass, too strong. Second straight time Kuzmanik missed a layup as she split the defenders that time in Vaughn and Swanson. Now back the other way. Blue Jays will set it up. McMahon runs into Wenzel, cut her off at the baseline. Rebound inside by Schmidt, but she hooked the Blue Jay player to the floor as she tangled up with Vaughn, and Schmidt will be called for the foul.
First Lady Reds team foul.
Melanie Schwertman will check in off the bench here for the Blue Jays. Schwertman, their team's leading scorer at 15 a game, 5.9 rebounds per contest out of Lake in the Hills, Illinois. Game tied at 2 as the Blue Jays inbound. The Reds will play a little bit of a zone here off that inbound. Now they switch up, go back man as the fire from the outside by Sennett, no good. The rebound to Stursick. Stursick with the high dribble. Takes it across midcourt, sets it up left wing to Quinn. Quinn back to Wenzel. Wenzel top of the circle, back to Quinn left wing. Now gets it to Kuzmanik, and we got a 3-second violation on the Lady Reds. Second straight turnover by the Lady Reds. Teams not shooting it well. Each team 1 for 6 thus far. Carthage and both teams 0 for 2 from behind the arc. Now on the drive, Lipman going strong to the rim, overlaid, rebound Quinn. To Kuzmanik, back to Quinn on the right wing. Gets it in the hands of Kuzmanik once again. Now Wenzel, top of the circle jumper again, back iron no, and the rebound pulled in by the Blue Jays and Lipman. 1 for 7 on the Lady Reds right now shooting. Neither team lighting it up here at the Tarble Arena. Might as well be playing this game out in the parking lot tonight. That's how cold it is inside here tonight. And that's a two-pointer, top of the circle, and the Elmhurst takes their first lead. Devin Vaughn able to drop one in from the top of the circle, just inside the arc, 4-2 Blue Jays. Now Kuzmanik works it off to Wenzel, fires it down low for Schmidt through her hands. Tough pass again by Wenzel. Second time she's tried to lead Schmidt underneath, and this time Schmidt can't handle it. Third turnover of the evening for the Lady Reds. Blue Jays lead it 4-2 here as we approach 15-10 remaining in our first half. Now with the dribble is Sennett, Works it back off here on the wing. Firing is Lippman. Lippman rolls off, no good. Rebound, Wenzel. Nice job getting in front of Schwartman that time. Now Kuzmanek will settle it down. Drives the right baseline, pulls up off the glass, missing. Rebound, Wenzel goes back up with it and hits. Wenzel with the offensive stick back. She has all 4 Lady Red points. We're tied at 4. Able to clean up that miss by Kuzmanek. She's missed her first 3 shots tonight, Stephanie Kuzmanek. Now top of the circle jumper on the way, no good by Schwartman. Rebound by Kuzmanek. And we'll have her take that shot all night. They're one of their leading rebounders. Shoots the ball pretty much from the paint in. We'll let her take that jump shot as Quinn penetrates, slides it off to Wenzel on the left wing. Back up top it'll go, into the hands of Kuzmanek. Back to Quinn, she'll fire for 3 and hit. Erin Quinn, 1 for 2 from behind the arc. Her first 3 points, Lady Red lead at 3, 7-4. 13:50 to play here in the half. Very few whistles, very few stoppage and plays so far. On the dribble, cut off, top of the circle is Sennett. Gets it back in the hands of Swanson with 7 on the shot clock. Swanson penetrates to the paint, try to bounce pass through the paint to Vaughn. That was intercepted. Broken up by Stursik and taken away by Kuzmanek. Gets it to Schmidt. Schmidt backing in, double team, spinning in the paint and hits. Tough shot. All right, Christy Schmidt got that pass on the right block, midway between the block and the free throw line on the right side of the baseline, and then was immediately double teamed, and she was able to fight her way through that double team. Now the fadeaway jump shot no good. Rebound pulled in by Lippman. Lippman lost it. Wenzel tried to chase it out of bounds. Goes off of Wenzel. It'll be Blue Jay basketball here. Fiona McMahon will check back in. Also in, Whitney Schaefer, a 5'5 guard out of Tipton, Indiana. Casey Kleiner will check in, along with Alexis Hahn for the Lady Reds. 7-0 run here for the Lady Reds. They lead at 9-4, 12:50 to play. First half as they try and lob it inside, broken up by Hahn, deflects to Wenzel. She'll give it off to Kuzmanek. Elmhurst men off to a 15-5 lead on the Carthage Redmen early in that ball game. Now Kuzmanek back up top to Quinn, to Kleiner. Kleiner clears some space, will fire and hit an air ball. Saved from going out that time by Schmidt, but right in the hands of Quinn, who couldn't contain it, and it goes out of bounds to the Blue Jays. 12:25 to play here in the first half. The Reds lead it by a score of 9-4. And they'll fire up from the free throw line and hitting. Nice shot by Karen Sinnett. Sinnett, a third-team all-conference player a year ago, averages 9 points per game, able to drop that one in for her first 2 tonight. 9-6, the lead down to 3. They'll fire a 3 again by Kuzmanek. This one is no good. She's missed all 4 of her shots so far. Blue Jays able to clear out the board. Now they work it up on the wing. Schaefer, and what do we have? Foul on Casey Kleiner. Trying to stop the drive that time of Whitney Schaefer. Got the body into Schaefer and got called for the foul. Wenzel will come out. Taylor Boardman will check in now for the Lady Reds. Boardman, a 6'1 sophomore out of Frankfort, Illinois. Blue Jays will inbound immediately in front of the Lady Red bench. 9-6 Carthage, 11:40 to play, first half. Sinnett high on the left wing, guarded by Quinn. Fires it back up here near side. 3 ball on the way by Schaefer. That rolls off and out to Quinn. She'll take it out near midcourt, wait for traffic to clear, and gives it off to Kuzmanek. On a Hahn, top of the circle, left side Kleiner. Up to Quinn, all alone for 3. That one is short. The game plan here tonight, get Quinn some shots. Normally defender, trying to get her to shoot the ball from the top of the circle. Shot for 3 that time, skips off into the right corner. Schaefer's shot. And Blue Jays able to track down the rebound and reload. Lippman with it. Back up top, got it to make, and we got a whistle, and what do we have? 3-second violation They would call a travel on Schwartman that time as she caught that pass and kind of crow-hopped her way amongst the top of the circle. Easily could have been called a travel, but they call a 3-second violation. 9-6, Lady Reds up 3 here, 10:50 to play first half. Kleiner with it, top of the circle, and she was bumped and fouled by Schaefer. She caught that pass near the top of the circle. Schaefer going for that ball, made contact.
First Blue Jays team foul.
Be the first foul on the Blue Jays here this first half. Lady Reds will inbound. Leading by 3. Hahn top of the circle, works it off to Quinn, left wing. Up top to Kleiner. Kleiner will pop for 3 and hit. Casey Kleiner squared up nicely that time. Top of the circle, able to drop one in from long distance. Doubles the lead, 12-6. Kleiner out of Shoreland Lutheran High School, just down the road. Out of South Milwaukee. Now Schaefer up top, gets it to McMahon. McMahon way up top, clears it off, left corner to Sinet. Sinet takes the dribble, will fire for 3, partially blocked and taken away by Quinn. Nice job defensively by Quinn, get a hand on it. Able to steal it right back. Now Kleiner nearly turned it over, got it to Kuzmanik, penetrates right block and was fouled. Schwartman on the foul, got her across the arm.
Blue Jays foul number 23. Her first personal foul.
Stursick will check back in for the Lady Reds, replacing Kuzmanik.
Number 33, Monroe.
And also back in will be Claire Monroe. Monroe, a 5'5" sophomore from West Chicago for the Blue Jays. Elmhurst will take a timeout. Neither team lighting it up here. Blue Jays 3 of 16, 0 for 4 now in three-point shooting. Lady Reds 5 of 15, 2 for 6 from behind the arc. Lady Reds own the rebounding totals, 13-10. Leading scorer was Wenzel with 4 so far. She leads all scorers here tonight. A slow start for the Redmen down in Elmhurst at Faginal Hall as they find themselves down 10, 18-8 midway through the first half in that contest. It's a 12-6 matchup here. Lady Reds with the 6-point advantage, 9:54 to play. First half here at the Tarble Arena. Kleiner looks to pound it into Quinn. Kleiner, Quinn, Hahn, Boardman, and Stursick out there. Kind of a different look here for the Lady Reds. Kleiner open 3 over Quinn. That ranks off the rim, no good. The rebound pulled in by McMahon. Taking it down quickly, Schwartman with it. Back outside on the wing. Down in the hands of Monroe. Back up top to Kim Schwartman. It's a cousin for Melanie. Shot clock down to 8 as they work the ball up top. Now dish it off. 3 ball on the way by Monroe. No good. Rebound Hahn. 0 for 5 now from long distance tonight for the Blue Jays. Remains a 6-point Lady Red lead as Carthage will set it up offensively. Hahn, top of the circle, works it off left side Stursick. Up top to Quinn. Quinn to Kleiner, around to Stursick once again. Now up top to Hahn. She'll pop for the jump shot. That's off the heel, no good. Rebound pulled in by Sinet. Lady Reds 5 of 17 shooting here. And we got an offensive foul on the Blue Jays. It'll be on McMahon, setting the illegal screen. First on McMahon, third on the Blue Jays. Christy Schmidt will check back in for Carthage. Swanson back in also for the Blue Jays. As Quinn will trigger the inbound. Quinn, Kleiner, Boardman, Schmidt, and Stursick. Boardman down low, it goes to Schmidt. Had it stripped out of her hand that time. It was deflected out. Nice defensive work by Monroe on the help out. Schwartman was trying to defend Schmidt, and it was the Monroe who got the hand on it. Knock it away. Kleiner to Stursick. Out of the right corner. That one lips off, no good. Battle for the loose ball, taken away by Elmhurst. Swanson down the floor quickly. Gets it to Monroe. Monroe cross court. It goes to Kim Schwartman, and she traveled with the basketball. She wanted to fake the shot, then drive to the basket, but move the feet before she put the ball on the floor. 5th turnover by the Blue Jays. Elmhurst going over 4 minutes now without a field goal. Pass inside Boardman to Schmidt. Schmidt going up strong, missing. Schwartman defending hard that time, able to take it away. Schwartman down the floor to her cousin, Kim. And outside it goes for the 3 by Swanson, no good. Rebound, Lady Reds. Kleiner will bring it up. Kleiner across midcourt. Gets it off to Schmidt. Now to Stursick, back up top to Quinn. Quinn back out to Kleiner. Schmidt backing in on Schwartman, going between her and McMahon, and draws the foul. McMahon and Schwartman trying to do the double team on Schmidt. Schmidt just put her shoulder down and rolled to the basket, drew the foul. Schwartman picking up the foul, her first. It's the 4th on the Blue Jays. And at the free throw line is Christy Schmidt. Schmidt 13 points per game, 71% from the line, missing on the front end as Kleiner, Boardman, and Quinn check out. Chapa, Kuzmanik, and Wenzel in for the Lady Reds. So Devin Vaughn in now for the Blue Jays as Schmidt goes 1 for 2 from the stripe. 13-6, Carthage in front here, 7.5 minutes to play first half from the Tarble Arena. And a reminder, Lady Reds home on Saturday hosting Illinois Wesleyan and a 5 o'clock tip. You want to get here early to get a good seat. Should be a big crowd on hand for this weekend's doubleheader here at the Tarble Arena. Turnover by the Blue Jays, traveling call. Their 6th turn of the half. Stursick now will get it back up top to Kuzmanik. Gives up the dribble. Try to work it inside. Good read and steal that time by Vaughn. Devin Vaughn going coast to coast. Dumps it back nicely to McMahon, trailing the play, who lays it off the glass and down. First field goal in nearly 5 minutes for the Blue Jays. Makes it a 13-8 ball game. 6:55 to play here in the first half. Chapa now. Off to Schmidt, top of the circle. Works it off right wing, Stursick. Around to Kuzmanik. Kuzmanik takes the dribble below the arc on the left wing. Feeds Wenzel at the free throw line. Walked with the basketball. Not sure what she was going to do when she got that pass. McMahon came out at her. Wanted to drive past her, but again, failed to put the ball on the floor before she moved the feet. 5 turnovers now for the Lady Reds. Lead at 5, 6.5 minutes to go here in Kenosha. First half. Both teams having trouble getting on track here tonight. Cold shooting on both sides. Shot clock down to 5. McMahon all in one motion heaves it up from the right side. That rolled off. Wenzel with the rebound. It was just a forced shot there with the shot clock going down. McMahon didn't even look at the basket, just flipped it toward the hoop. Wenzel with a nice catch down low off the feet from Kuzmanik, able to finish. Wenzel with 6 of her team's 15 points here in this first half, and it's a 15-8 lead. 3 for 4 on the night thus far from the floor. Blue Jays unforced error, throw it away. They're looking to try and get it back on the wing. And we got a timeout taken here by Elmhurst. It'll be a full timeout. We'll break as well. 5:46 remaining here in this first half. 15-8. Lady Reds on top of the Blue Jays. Back after this on 1050 WLIP. 5:46 to play here in this first half from the Tarble Arena in Kenosha. John Weiser with you. Carthage Lady Red basketball tonight on 1050 WLIP. Lady Reds lead it by 7. Carthage will put it in play. Stursick, Schmidt, Chapa, Kuzmanik, and Wenzel out there for the Lady Reds. Chapa on the drive. We got a moving screen on the Lady Reds. Christy Schmidt came out to set the pick for Chapa to drive around and slid the body into the defender. Alexis Hahn back in, replacing Christy Schmidt. Schmidt with 2 personal fouls now, probably going to sit the remainder of this half. Lady Reds by 7, a low-scoring affair here tonight. Well, Coach Bernero talked about it before the ball game. Chatney was aware that this team does very well when shooting 50% or better. What can this Carthage team do if the ball doesn't go in the hoop? As Schwertman on the deflection off the left block, and we got a tangle up inside. Held ball to Carthage as getting tangled up was Alexis Hahn with Katie Swanson. When things don't go right offensively, where do the Lady Reds turn? And that's what we're finding out here early on here tonight. Carthage leading by 7, 15-8. Sturcik, top of the circle, fires that one off, way off that time. Ball tipped right back out to her, though. She'll collect it for Carthage. Back to Wenzel, same spot, she'll fire. That one rattled out, no good. Rebound pulled in by Vaughn. Lady Reds 6 for 21 now, less than 30%. Pass broken up inside to Schwertman. Held balls, Wenzel got her hands on it, tied up Schwertman. Blue Jays will retain possession here on the possession arrow. Sennett and Lippman back in for the Blue Jays. Kleiner in for Sturcik for the Lady Reds. Also in, Aaron Quinn. Quinn will come in for Gabby Chappa. Either team lighten it up. Elmhurst 4 for 21, Carthage 6 for 22. Now on the run up right side, good job defensively by Hahn to deny the shot by Vaughn. Cleared out of there by Carthage. Kuzmanik, nice pass underneath left block. Hahn with the finish. Kuzmanik, a no-look pass as she drove down the middle of the lane, found Hahn left side, laid it up and in. 17-8, Lady Reds. It's a 15-4 run here, and again a wild miss from the free throw line as Vaughn didn't even hit the iron, hit the left side of the backboard. Back the other way, Wenzel able to finish by Kuzmanik. Well, Lady Reds starting to get on track here. Wenzel with 8 first half points. The lead out to 11, 19-8, 3:40 to go in the half. Now on the drive, Lippman to the basket, walked with the basketball. 9 turnovers by the Blue Jays here in this first half. Whitney Schaefer back in for the Blue Jays. She will replace Katie Swanson. Just over 3.5 minutes to go here in our first half. Kuzmanik across midcourt. Works it off to Hahn, left side Quinn. Now to Kleiner. Kleiner guarded by Lippman. Back to Quinn, nearly threw it out of bounds as Quinn flagged it down. Now takes the drive in the left corner to Wenzel at the free throw line, back out to Kleiner. And we got a whistle and a foul, 3-second violation on Alexis Hahn. That's the third call against the Lady Reds for being in the paint here tonight. Not much movement away from the basketball. That's what that would tell you. And it's another turnover. Each team with Carthage now with 8, 9 for the Blue Jays. Now on the drive, they try and work it inside. Schwertman, little floater off the left side, off the penetration drive by Vaughn. Blue Jays back to within 9 here, 19-10 with 2:45 to go in our first half. Now Quinn works it up top to Kuzmanik. Back to Hahn, over to Kleiner, whips it down low to Wenzel, left side, lays it up and in. Michelle Wenzel having quite a first half here tonight for the Lady Reds. She is now 5 out of 7 from the floor and 10 points. 21-10 Lady Reds. Schwertman again trying to go reverse right side, and the facial applied by Alexis Hahn. Blocking that one out of bounds. Nice play defensively by Hahn. Boardman will come in now to replace Michelle Wenzel, who gets a nice hand, 10 of her team's 21 points here in this first half. They get it in quickly, right corner, Sennett. Up top it'll go, Schaefer working the weave. As Schaefer fell down, back into the hands of Sennett. They try and lob it into Schwertman. Schwertman over Boardman. Nice touch over the right block that time. Boardman just a hair late getting to that spot on the floor, and Schwertman now with 4. Again, she averages just under 15 a game. 21-12. Boardman low right. Got the shooter's touch. All in one motion from the right side. Taylor Boardman, her first 2 points tonight. Want that pass down on the right block. Just using the right hand, going glass. Hung on the front of the rim long enough for gravity to pull it through. Minute and a half remaining. Lady Reds lead by 11. Down low, Schwertman again. This time she'll lay it up and in. Schwertman back-to-back baskets here for the Blue Jays. She now has 6. 23-14. Kuzmanik to Hahn, around to Quinn. Off the left side, up top, Kleiner all alone for 3. And that rattled off, no good. Rare miss that time when a wide open Kleiner. Back the other way come the Blue Jays. Lippman gives it off, down in the near wing. Vaughn, back to Lippman. Right side Sennett, trying to work it inside to Schwertman. It's taken away by Kuzmanik. Schwertman late getting up, late trailing the play here. Quinn step back 3, that's an air ball. Boardman going to try and save it from going out, but it did not. And that's the 4th three-point attempt by Quinn tonight. She made 1. Talked to Tim Bernero about that one. I don't know if that was the game plan here tonight, trying to put something on film perhaps for Illinois Wesleyan on Saturday. Have to deal with Quinn, try and honor her a little bit more offensively. Under a minute to go. 23-14, Carthage in front. Now 3-ball from the right wing on the way by Schaefer. That's no good. Rebound Hahn. Snared that one and then got fouled in the process by Devin Vaughn. Not shooting yet. That's the 5th foul on the Blue Jays.
5th Blue Jays team foul.
Carthage will bring it up. Shot clock dark. 28 seconds to go here in a quickly paced first half. Either team lighting it up here. Lady Reds 35% from the floor. The Blue Jays 25%. Kuzmanik, crossover dribble, playing it for 1 here, now under 10 seconds. Gets it to Hahn, around to Kleiner. Kleiner takes the dribble, left side, leads to Quinn, nearly turned it over, and did. Stepped on the sideline right in front of the Blue Jay bench, turning it over with 1.7 seconds to play. 9th turnover for the Lady Reds. It'll be an interesting halftime talk here by Coach Bernero. They don't get it off as the horn sounds, ending our first half here in Kenosha. 23-14, 12th ranked Lady Reds on top of Elmhurst after 1 half of play. We'll pause and take a 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll run down the halftime numbers here from the Tarble Arena. Your score at the end of 20, Carthage 23, Elmhurst 14 on your home for Carthage Athletics, AM 1050 WLIP. So both teams huddle around their respective coaches here. Tim Bernero to my right, Tethany Carrillo in her 6th year now as the head coach for the Blue Jays. So we'll see what transpires here in this second half. Again, the Blue Jay team allowing just 66 points per game, so they're well within that range. But offensively, these are the top 2, one of the top 5 teams offensively in the CCIW. Carthage averaging almost 82 points per game, tops in the CCIW. So it'll be Quinn, Kuzmanik, Schmidt, Wenzel, and Stursick for the Lady Reds. It'll be McMahon, Vaughn, Swanson, Sennett, and Lippman for the Blue Jays. Carthage will inbound at midcourt, and we are underway to start our second half. Lady Reds up by 9. Stursick for 3, right side, good. Haley Stursick, good look that time. got her feet set, shoulder square, and dropped in the three, her first from long distance tonight. Stursick 1 for 2 now, 3-point shooting, her first points of the game. 26-14. Now Vaughn with it, penetrates, got around Schmidt, who has 2 fouls, had to let her go. Wenzel on the help out that time, able to collect the rebound. Kuzmanek back the other way. Kept it alive on the dribble, down the right block, over the shoulder pass back to Schmidt. Jump shot way off that time from right of the free throw line. They try and beat the transition back. Stursick able to break it up and takes a tumble right on the end line just below us here. She's okay, back up on her own 2 feet. Blue Jays will retain possession here in their offensive end. They'll toss it in all the way up top to Sennett. Now works it off to Swanson. Back to Lippman. To Swanson again here, driving around top of the circle from the left side. Dishes it off right side and pulling up and taking the shot. Sennett missing, and the rebound, Christy Schmidt. Karen Sennett now 1 for 6 shooting the ball. She averages 9 points a game and not been able to drop it in. Stursick over the screen by Schmidt. Back-to-back triples by Haley Stursick. And she's got 6 quick points here to begin the second half. And quickly, the Lady Reds up 15 now, 29-14. It's starting to click here a little bit for Carthage. See that late in that first half and carried over here in the early part of the second half. 3 ball on the way. Good this time. Karen Sennett. Blue Jays 1 for 9 now from the outside. 29-17. Quinn works it off to Schmidt, right corner. Cross-court feed to Kuzmanek, left side. Now inside to Schmidt, backing down, double team, draws the foul. McMahon and Vaughn were there to provide the double team, and it will go on Vaughn, her second. And for the second time tonight, Christy Schmidt goes to the free throw line. The only player to get to the line in the first half. Schmidt going 1 for 2 from the stripe. Able to drop in the front end. Courtney Spencer will check in now for the Blue Jays. First appearance of the game for Spencer. 5'6" sophomore out of Rolling Prairie, Indiana. Schmidt goes 2 for 2 from the stripe. The lead at 14, 31-17. We're 2 minutes into our second half here at the Tarble Arena in Kenosha. They try the over-the-top feed inside to McMahon, broken up by Wenzel, taken away by Kuzmanek. Back to Schmidt, driving, kicks it out to Kuzmanek, works it off to Quinn left side, back inside left block Wenzel, immediately double team, got it back out to Kuzmanek. She'll dribble, pulls up, shot taken, no good, rebound Schmidt, right block, turnaround shot, that one won't fall. McMahon comes away with it for the Blue Jays. Kuzmanek still not sure of her offensive shot tonight. We got a foul before the shot on the run-up. It's going to go on Kuzmanek, her first. That's her first. That is the first team foul on the Lady Reds. Blue Jays will inbound left of the basket. We'll get it into Spencer. Work it back up top. Sennett try to force it inside to McMahon. The Lady Reds collapsed around McMahon, and foul's going to go on Quinn. And Quinn, Wenzel, and Schmidt that time all collapsing around. The minute that ball went into McMahon, they just couldn't gather it in. And for the first time tonight, the Blue Jays are at the free throw line, and it's Fiona McMahon. Drops in the first. McMahon 13 points a game. She's a 70% free throw shooter on the year. Drops that one in, 2 for 2. 31-19. Played 3 minutes here in the second half. Quinn inside, Schmidt back outside, Kuzmanek straight on 3. That one falls. Kuzmanek, her first bucket tonight. She has struggled. 0 for 5 at one point here. Drops that one in. 34-19. 3 ball on the way this time. Banks hard off the glass. Shot taken by Lippman. Rebound to the Lady Reds. Kuzmanek behind the back pass to Quinn. Gave up the dribble, top of the circle, works it off to Stursik. Back up top to Kuzmanek. Kuzmanek drives, pulls up, 12-footer, right baseline, good. Back-to-back baskets by Kuzmanek, and she now has 5. 36-19. The Reds pulling away here, leading by 17. Now Lippman through the top of the circle, dumps it off left corner to Sinet. Back up top to Lippman, forces it down low to McMahon, broken up by Schmidt. Nice save by Schmidt as she fell backward into the backboard stanchion. Handed it back to Wenzel, who gave it up to Kuzmanek. Now to Schmidt, top of the circle jumper. That one's no good. Ball deflected around off of Quinn, and it's taken away by the Blue Jays. Running up with it is Sennett. And we got a timeout taken by the Blue Jays, a 30-second timeout. That's their third timeout of the ball game. They have 3 remaining. We'll keep it here. Let's get you caught up to date on scores going on in the CCIW. Just about to start the second half. It is Elmhurst leading Carthage 42-28. Redmond, a cold night so far down at Faginal Hall, 28% shooting. Kevin Sykes with 11 points to lead the way for the Redmond in the first half of that contest. So it's 42-28, Redmond trail. So Blue Jays taking a timeout here. Their third. They have 3 remaining. Carthage with all 6 of their timeouts remaining as Elmhurst will inbound in the offensive end. Checking in will be Devin Vaughn here. Karen Sinet will handle it now. Up top to McMahon, around to Vaughn. Back over far side Spencer. Hands it back to Vaughn. Circles around top of the circle. Drives around the right baseline. Lays it up and in. Got to stop the dribble penetration that time. They didn't switch off that time, and Wenzel was late getting over to try and help out, and Stursik got lost on the screen. 36-21. Wenzel down low, left block, goes hard and to the bucket over Schwertman. Michelle Wenzel with 12 points. 6 of 8 from the field. Now McMahon will handle the dribble way up top. Gives it off to Schwertman, left side. Sennett to Vaughn. Now gets tangled up. Quinn able to strip it and take it away from Courtney Spencer in the left corner. Quinn with the steal. Now Kuzmanek will bring it up. Works it off to Stursik. Top of the circle, Alexis Hahn. She'll fire it up from there. Hits the back of the iron. Battle for the loose ball. Wenzel and Schwertman, and it goes off with Schwertman out of bounds. Kleiner in now for the Lady Reds, replacing Stursik. Casey Kleiner prepped at Shoreland Lutheran out of South Milwaukee. Kuzmanek left of the basket, will toss it all the way up top to Kleiner. Right side it goes to Quinn. Around to Hahn. Lob inside to Wenzel, going over McMahon. Blocked by McMahon and taken away. Fiona McMahon that time able to block that shot off the left block from Wenzel. Now the Blue Jays will set it up. Vaughn with it. Penetrates to the right side. Back up top it'll go Schwertman. Schwertman now backing down on the right block, going up over Hahn. Traveled with the basketball. She could feel Alexis Hahn on her back and was going to try and back her down and then put the ball on her hip as she turned to go to the basket and took the extra step. Turnover Blue Jays. As Kuzmanek will flip one up from the right side, just inside the arc on the right wing. Kuzmanek was not closely defended that time. She was just standing there on that wing just below the elbow, and I'll just flip it up. 7 second half points here for Kuzmanek. 40-21. Lady Reds in control. 13:40 to go. Vaughn driving out of the left corner, cut off on the baseline by Wenzel. Now back up top. It's Spencer. Spencer to Schwertman. She'll take the long jumper, missing, and then they save it from going out as Vaughn got to the loose ball and flipped it off of Kuzmanek. Whitney Schaefer back in. Also Nikki Moen will come in. Moen first appearance of the night, a 5'10 junior out of Greenwood, Indiana. Gabby Chappa will check in for Stephanie Kuzmanik for the Lady Reds. Blue Jays will inbound. They'll get it set offensively. Moen with it. Works it off, far side Sennett. Penetrates, down low Schwertman. Schwertman foul. Alexis Hahn and Boardman both getting there, and the foul's going to go on Hahn, her first. That's the third team foul on the Lady Reds here in the half, and that will put Schwertman on the line for the first time tonight. Melanie Schwertman, a 6-foot junior out of Lake in the Hills, Illinois. Third leading scorer in the conference, just under 15 points per game overall. And she connects on the free throw. She has 7 tonight. And the second one clanks off to the right. Rebound Alexis Hahn. Lady Reds lead by 18 here. We approach 7 minutes gone by in our second half. Quinn with it now. Works it off on the left wing to Kleiner. Kleiner gets a screen from Hahn. Fires it inside to Boardman. Lays it up left side. Oh, couldn't finish. But a loose ball picked up by Quinn. Carthage will reload. Good job by Quinn to stay with that one. Now to Chappa. Penetrates, dumps it down low left. Hahn able to lay it up and in. Good spacing that time. Chappa took that ball inside the arc, drew the defense out to her. That left Hahn open underneath for the easy look for the layup, and a timeout taken by the Blue Jays. Timeout in Kenosha, 42-22. Lady Reds by 20. We'll take a 60 break. This is Carthage Lady Red basketball on AM 1050 WLIP. .20 Lady Red advantage here. 12:40 to play in the ball game. John Weiser back with you at the Tarble Arena. As off the inbound, Blue Jays put it in, and Karen Sinnett, left of the free throw line, hits the jumper. She has 7. 42-24. The Reds have slowly pulled away here. After a sluggish start in the first half, shooting 35%. Taylor Boardman for the 3. Off the top of the circle. Boy, that's her favorite shot. She was part of her high school plan. She really has worked at that, working her outside shot. Boy, she can be a threat here in the next couple years with that soft jumper from the outside as they try and work the bounce pass into Schwertman through her legs out of bounds. It'll be Carthage basketball. Fiona McMahon will check back in for Schwertman, as Carthage will bring it up the full length. Lady Reds 7 of 15 here in this second half, bringing their shooting percentage back up to 40%. Quinn from the top of the circle fires again, missing. Hahn had it and was stripped out of her hand by the Blue Jay player, Moen. Blue Jays will come back with it. Now cut off at the top of the circle with Sinnett. Works it off to Spencer. Back to Sinnett. Cross-court feed over to the near side. Driving in from the near wing. Schaefer cut off on the baseline by Boardman. Help out by Chappa. Has to fire it away. Quinn read it nicely. Able to poke it away and make the steal. Quinn across midcourt. Too much traffic. Hits the trailer and Hahn. Hahn going hard to the basket. Will lay it up and in. Blue Jays looking for an offensive foul, but it was Karen Sinnett who got back. Never got her feet set as she collided with Hahn, and the officials let it go. 47-24. 10:55 to go here in the ball game. Moen, a deep 3, top of the circle, missing. Rebound Chappa. She was tied up. Held up that time underneath by Spencer. Possession arrow to the Blue Jays. So Kuzmanik will check back in. We got another timeout taken by the Blue Jays. It'll be a full timeout. They have one remaining here with 10:49 to play. Let's take a run through the league, shall we? We'll get you updated on scores in the CCIW. Men's play going on. The Redmen getting one handed to them tonight down at Faginal Hall. They trail Elmhurst 52-30. 5 minutes into the second half. Outscored in the second half 10-2 by the Blue Jays. As the Redmen just, for whatever reason, just did not get it going tonight. Kevin Sykes with 11 points lead the way for the Redmen. Taylor Baxter with 10 points and 5 rebounds for the Blue Jays. 52-30, Elmhurst men on top of the Redmen. Elsewhere in women's play tonight, Illinois Wesleyan pulling away from North Central now, 75-61, 5 minutes into the second half in Naperville. It is Milliken leading Augustana, 38-30, down in Decatur tonight. And the other women's score, Wheaton and North Park in a tussle in Wheaton tonight. It is the Thunder 49, North Park of 44. Men's play, 9:06 remaining down in Bloomington. The Illinois Wesleyan Titans lead at North Central, 48-46. Also in men's play, Wheaton has come back now to take an 8-point lead over North Park. They stormed the Parkies in the second half, outscoring the Vikings 20-5, and now have reclaimed an 8-point lead, 59-51, with 12 minutes to go in that contest. 13 minutes to go in Rock Island. Augustana men leading Milliken 53-39. That's your trip through the CCIW tonight. Blue Jays inbound following their timeout. They have one remaining. Carthage is yet to burn a timeout tonight. Now working it up top, Swanson with it. Gets it back into the hands of Lippman. They run the weave up top, back to Swanson. Cut off by Kleiner. 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. They work it off. Lippman driving, penetrates, tried to loop it down to Schmertman, blocked by Hahn, taken away by Kleiner. Hahn with a left hand chop that time on Schwertman to take it away. Lady Reds will reload here. Boardman works it off to Hahn. Around to Chappa left wing, between the circles Kleiner. Now to Hahn. Nice feed down low to Boardman. Got past McMahon, or back past Schwertman, I should say. Laid it up and in off the left block. Boardman now with 7 points. 49-24, Lady Reds. Try and work it inside. Ball kicked around, squirts out, goes out near the left corner. Saved by Kuzmanik, but flipped right into the hands of Lippman. Blue Jays will recover here. No changeover possession. As Kleiner poked it away momentarily from Vaughn. Then it was stripped again, picked up by Schwertman, and we got a foul. With 5 seconds left on the shot clock, it's Kleiner committing the foul. That's her second, the fourth on the Lady Reds here in the half. Kleiner will come out. Haley Stursik back in for the Lady Reds. Blue Jays inbound. 9:25 to go here. Carthage in front, 49-24. Vaughn through the top of the circle. Again, just running the weave up top to Lippman, and we got to travel. 17 turns tonight by the Blue Jays. So Carthage will bring it up. Kuzmanik will take it across midcourt. Almost 9 minutes remaining here as Hahn on a nice feed from Kuzmanik. Plays it up and in from the right side. Alexis Hahn with 8 points. 51-24, and then we got a jab foul that time on the Lady Reds. Gabby Chappa trying to deny the drive. And stepping in and committing the foul was Chappa. That's the 5th team foul. Blue Jays are just 1 team foul here in this second half. 5 on the Lady Reds. Right now not factoring into this ball game. Lippman will fire out of the left corner and hit. And 2-pointer just inside the arc for Lippman out of the left corner. Her first points tonight. 51-26. The Lady Reds have done a nice job defensively here tonight. Blue Jays just aren't running anything close to their offense, and they've kept Schwertman at bay. Kuzmanik with the pull-up, and we got a foul as Hahn hit the deck, got tangled up on the right block. As that ball was going through the hoop. Foul will go on Vaughn. That's 3 on Devin Vaughn. Alexis Hahn and Boardman will come out. As Schmidt will report in for the Lady Reds. Nikki Moen back in for the Blue Jays, replacing Devin Vaughn. Carthage will reload here after that foul on Vaughn, so it'll be Lady Red basketball. Chapa with it up top to Boardman. Lob down low to Schmidt on the right block. Flipped it up, no. Battle for the loose ball between her and Moen, and it goes off of Moen out of bounds. So Schwartman being kept in control here tonight by the Lady Reds. They weren't going to let her beat them on the block, and Carthage done a nice job. Chapa nearly walked as she caught that pass on the left wing. Penetrates down low, now back out to Kuzmanic left side. To the right side, Boardman, 20-footer. Crawls off the rim, no. Chapa trying to poke that one free. Went over the back. Chapa committing the foul, that's her second. That's 6 team fouls now on the Lady Reds. Wenzel will come in for Taylor Boardman. Boardman gets a nice hand, leaving with 7 points. Wenzel, the leading scorer tonight with 12, back in there for Carthage. Under 8 minutes to play, 53-26, Lady Reds in front. Swanson up top to Monroe. Back to Swanson, she'll fire it up short, barely drew iron. Rebound Wenzel underneath. Michelle Wenzel tonight with 12 points, 7 boards. Now Kuzmanic. Penetrates, dumps it down low to Wenzel, going strong to the basket, drew the foul. Schwartman forced the foul that time as Wenzel lined up in a wing on the left side, then dove hard to the left block to catch that pass and drew the foul. It's 2 on Schwartman, 3rd team foul on the Blue Jays. Christy Schmidt back at the free throw line, kind of an anomaly tonight. She's the only one to attempt free throws tonight for the Lady Reds. She makes the front end. 4 out of 5 tonight from the line. Second one by Schmidt, good. Christy Schmidt with 7 points tonight. 2 for 2 from the stripe, 55-26. Blue Jays might be headed here. Only scored 33 here last year. So get it inside to Schwartman. Back out it'll go for 3 by Monroe. And ball hit the top of the backboard and the shot clock that sits atop the backboard after it hit the rim. So it'll be Carthage ball. And the Blue Jays will take their final timeout here with 7:14 to play. So it'll be a timeout, Blue Jays. And it's a full timeout. We'll take a break as well. 7:14 remaining, 55-26. Lady Reds in front on AM 1050 WLIP. 55-26. Lady Reds lead it here. John Weiser back with you at the Tarble Arena. 7:14 to play. We'll see some pressure now by the Blue Jays. Interesting call here. Down by 29, and they try and full court press the Lady Reds. Reds able to break it easily. Sturcik with an open look, missing. Quinn able to gather the rebound. Quinn, Sturcik, Kuzmanic, Schmidt, and Wenzel on the floor for Carthage. The layup by Wenzel off the right side, and the Lady Reds increase that lead. 31-point lead here. Moen off the back heel of the rim, no good. Schmidt able to get the rebound away from Schwartman. Kuzmanic tried to force a pass. It was broken up by Schwartman out of bounds. McMahon will come in along with Vaughn, Schaefer, and Spencer for Elmhurst. As Schwartman will exit. Lady Reds have done a great job tonight on both Schwartman and Fiona McMahon. McMahon with 6, Schwartman with 7. Both players coming in averaging just under 15 and just over 13 respectively. Shot taken that time by Schmidt, rolls off the rim. McMahon able to clear the rebound. Gets it out to Schaefer. Schaefer deep 3. That bangs off the rim to the right corner, and we got a whistle and a foul trying to chase down that loose ball. The foul's going to go on the Carthage Lady Reds. It's going to go on Quinn. A fistful of jersey that time as she tried to go after that loose ball. And For Quinn, that is her second. 7th team foul, so now the Blue Jays at the line shooting bonus. Karen Sinnett at the line. Sinnett able to hit the front end right at her season average. She came in averaging 9 a game. She's sitting at 8 right now. 3rd team all-conference selection last year. And the Blue Jays return all 5 starters from a year ago, and they have struggled here tonight. 57-28, Carthage in front. Again, they try and press. Carthage able to break it. Kuzmanek works it off to Quinn, high in the right wing. Up top to Schmidt, around the left side to Kuzmanek. Kuzmanek dribbles to the paint, tried to dish it off to Wenzel. Should have took it right to the basket as that pass was broken up by McMahon. Back inside it goes McMahon, working on Wenzel. Turnaround shot, whistle foul on Wenzel. That is her first. 8th team foul, and Fiona McMahon on the line shooting 2. Good play underneath that time by McMahon. Got Wenzel off balance. Going back to that last offensive set, and Kuzmanek not hitting it tonight, just 4 of 9 shooting, and elected to pass that one off. And I think you look back at it, and she'll be the last person to tell you she wants to score points. She's trying to help her teammates out, but I think the time she could have taken it right to the basket, probably had a better look than trying to pass it across the lane that time, with McMahon getting a hand on it. Is McMahon able to finish both free throws? She has 8. 57-30. 5:35 to go here at the Tarble Arena. And the Lady Reds home again Saturday against Illinois Wesleyan, shaping up to be a first-place showdown between 2 undefeated teams in conference play. As Kuzmanek, the little floater in the paint, able to go down. 11 points, 9 assists tonight for Kuzmanek. 59-30. Yeah, it'll be a battle for first place. Want to get here early, get a good seat for that 5 o'clock tip. Doubleheader here at the Tarble Arena. On the drive through the lane, Sinnett gives it up. Passing it on the wing this time to Schaefer. Schaefer to McMahon at the free throw line. 2 seconds, 1 stripped out of there by Sturcik. McMahon handling that basketball with the dribble up top, and Sturcik with the pick. Now Kuzmanek will set it up high in the right wing. To Schmidt, around to Sturcik. Back up top to Quinn. Quinn, bounce feed inside to Schmidt, lays it up and in off the right side. Christy Schmidt that time lost McMahon underneath, able to lay it up and in. Schmidt in with 9 points. 61-30. Lady Reds, their best job defensively tonight. Their opponent right now to 25% shooting. 3 out of the corner, near side, out of the left corner by Schaefer, no good. Battle for the rebound, collected by the Lady Reds. McMahon with the foul. Check that. Foul's going to go on Spencer. It's her first, 4th team foul. Kleiner will come in for the Lady Reds, replacing and Boardman also coming in as Kuzmanek and Wenzel come out. Nice hand for both Kuzmanek and Wenzel as they leave. Again, Carthage facing full court pressure here. Advance the ball forward. Quinn able to dribble out of trouble, gets it off to Kleiner across midcourt. Kleiner back to Quinn, driving right side to Boardman, right corner. Now to Quinn at the right elbow, reversing around to Kleiner, left side Sturcik, up top to Boardman. Now back to Quinn, inside to Schmidt. Schmidt driving, player fell down, trying to take the charge that time. No call as there was body contact between Schmidt and Monroe. Play continues on. Schwartman driving off the left wing. Over Boardman, tough shot. Both her and Boardman collide. Or I should say Schmidt and Schwartman collide. The foul's going to go on Schwartman. Offensive foul on Schwartman, her 3rd. Alexis Hahn in for Schmidt. Gabby Champa coming in for Haley Sturcik. 3.5 minutes to go. This one in the W column tonight for the Lady Reds. 61-30. Kleiner across to Quinn. Now back to Kleiner. And we got a whistle away from the play. We got a hold underneath. Schwartman battling Boardman, and Schwartman, I believe, called for the hold again. That's her fourth. So the fourth on Schwartman. That's the sixth on the team. Lady Reds will inbound. And Casey Kleiner from the top of the circle able to knock down the three. (64-30). Deep jump shot missed. Blue Jays able to get the rebound. Swanson now cut off on the left baseline. Kicks it back out. Three ball on the way again. Taken and no good by Hannah Lippman. Loose ball inside. Blue Jays diving all over the floor. We got Boardman on the floor. Got a held ball. Possession arrow to Carthage. As the bench being emptied out by both teams now. Amanda Genge will come in. So Genge, along with Boardman, Hahn, Kleiner, and Chappa out there for the Lady Reds. So all five starters off the floor for Carthage. 2:45 to play here in this ball game. We have to go back to second game of the season when the Lady Reds held the Kalamazoo Yellow Jackets to just 23% shooting, 13 of 56 in a win over Kalamazoo. So we got a ball deflected out of bounds. Lady Reds will keep possession. It's a low watermark of the year, and right now Blue Jays at 23%, 23.9% shooting. So excellent defensive clampdown tonight, taking away their two biggest players, Schwartman and McMahon. Combined have 13 points as Kleiner had it stripped out. Back the other way come the Blue Jays. And Vaughn will lay it up and in. There was a little bump from behind by Kleiner. They'll call the foul and the bucket. A little frustration there out of Kleiner as she had that one stripped. And then on the way back, just a little tap on the back on Vaughn as she went up for the layup. And Vaughn to complete the three-point play. Up and in. 64-33. 2:13 to play here in Kenosha. Boardman low left, able to finish it off on a nice feed from Kleiner. Boardman with 9. 66-33. Now on the drive, the run up off the glass, too strong. Rebound McMahon underneath. Second effort, no. Third effort, no. Ball loose off of Hahn, out of bounds. And McMahon battling hard for those defensive boards. Coming in for the Lady Reds, Allison Riley, Ashley Cunningham. Also in for Carthage, Abby Pelusic in. Hello, St. Louis. Paying attention? Abby's in tonight. Here in the last stages of this one. Along with Erin Gansky. Gansky able to get the strip, but was held up top of the circle. She tried to advance that ball up. Kalia Summerlin, I should say, freshman out of California, tied her up. So it'll be Blue Jay basketball here. 1:42 to play. 66-33. Fire up the three. That one is short. Rebound pulled in by the Lady Reds and Cunningham. Down the floor to Riley. Riley on the dribble. High on the right side to Genge, middle of the floor. To Gansky. Erin Gansky out of New Berlin, Eisenhower. Be a good player here before it's all said and done. Continues to rehab that right knee that was injured her senior year. And we got a foul up top. Kalia Summerlin with the foul that time. That's the 7th team foul. And so at the free throw line is Allison Riley, the junior from Cudahy. Prepped at Cudahy High. The Packers. Cudahy Packers. That one rattled out, no good. 1 for 2 that trip. 67-33, minute 18. Lady Reds will go on to their 8th consecutive win. And they will go to 6-0 in conference play. Allison Riley will get the layup back the other way, and we get a substitution timeout. Emily Schaffman now, a freshman out of Richland Center, Wisconsin, for Carthage. So everybody getting some playing time here tonight. Under a minute remaining. Schaefer had it taken away. Time by Palusik that time. He got it away and off to Riley. Hands it off to Gansky. Back to Riley. Cross court to Cunningham. Up top to Gansky. Eyes the three. Oh, that one is short. Battle for the rebound. Palusik with it. She'll go strong back to the hole. Lost control of it. It's loose in the paint. And we got a held ball as gathering it in for the Lady Reds was Cunningham. Tied up on the play by Samuels. Carthage will keep possession here with 32 seconds left. Well, the Redmen have pulled all the way back to within 5 now, 59-54 with 7:18 to play. So they're giving up the first 7 points in the second half, dropping down well into double digits as Palusik able to finish. Abby Palusik with 2 points tonight. The freshman out of Webster Grove, Missouri. Been there a couple of times down in the St. Louis area. Beautiful place. As layup inside missed and rebound out of bounds to Carthage. 5 seconds to go. Carthage will dribble it out. Gansky will handle it. And for the second straight year, the Blue Jays scored just 33 points in Kenosha. 71-33, almost an identical performance here tonight. You go back last year, these two teams played back on the 16th of January. It was a 63-33 Lady Red win. And the Blue Jays again held to just 33 points in Kenosha for the second straight year. 71-33 your final. Lady Reds go to 6-0 in conference play, staring right down the barrel of a first place showdown Saturday night against Illinois Wesleyan. Your final here tonight, Carthage 71, Elmhurst 33. We'll pause and take a 2-minute break. Back with our post-game report, including a visit with head coach Tim Bernero. We'll have that for you right after this on AM 1050 WLIP. Lady Reds a winner tonight here on the home floor of the Tarble Arena, 71-33 your final, as they now go to 6-0 in conference play. 15-2 overall. The Blue Jays fall to 10-7, 2-4 in conference play. Lady Reds led by 9 at the half, 23-14, but a 12-5 run to open up the second half. Built that lead out to 15, and it just kept growing from there as the Blue Jays went several different stretches without a field goal, and what was a 15-point lead suddenly got out to 25, 49-24 on a Taylor Boardman layup at the midway point of our second half, and Blue Jays just did not have a fight in them for the remainder of this ball game as Carthage dispatched the Blue Jays here tonight 71-33. Much better job in the second half. Carthage struggled offensively in the first half, 35% shooting, but in the second, 19 of 33, 57% for the game. They finish at 47%. Blue Jays almost a duplicate copy of what they did here a year ago, back on the 16th of January. They finished the ball game with just 12 field goals, 23% shooting, the best defensive field goal mark for the Lady Reds this season. You have to go all the way back to Game 2 against Kalamazoo, where they held Kalamazoo to 23.2 shooting. Tonight, the Blue Jays 23.1 from the field, 12 of 52. Elmhurst only 1 for 16 from behind the arc tonight and only got to the line 9 times. Lady Reds hold their 2 leading scorers in Schwartman, Mel Schwartman, and Fiona McMahon, a combined tonight. They come in both averaging in double figures. Combined tonight, Schwartman and McMahon 5 for 14 and a combined total of 15 points. Again, Schwartman coming in a shade under 15 a game. Fiona McMahon a shade over 13 per game. So Lady Reds did a nice job inside. 2 players in double figures for Carthage tonight. Michelle Wenzel with 14, 7 of 10 from the floor, and Stephanie Kuzmanik with 11. Kuzmanik 0 for 5 in the first half, but was 5 for 5 here in the second half, finished with 11 points and was 1 assist away from a double-double tonight. She had 9 helpers for the Lady Reds. Carthage 23 assists on their 29 made baskets, a much better effort in that second half, and that proved the way here for Carthage as they cruise to their 8th straight win and make it a 71-33 victory over the Elmhurst Blue Jays. Elmhurst was led by Fiona McMahon with 8, Karen Sinnett with 9, Fiona McMahon with 8, but a great job defensively tonight for the Lady Reds, joined now by head basketball coach Tim Bernero, and I find it ironic. We joked about this. We said, I don't think they could duplicate the low water mark that they had, or you could provide that defensive pressure that you had last year on the Blue Jays, but that's what happened here tonight.
Yeah, it was, I thought that too, right as we, late in the first half, I thought, dang, we're holding them in that neighborhood of the 8 they had last time. We just couldn't get ourselves going offensively to get to 42, but, they've got some really good pieces. I think they did some stuff to us in the first half that made us hesitant offensively. They sat back and tried to clog everything up and made us take some shots that we weren't probably a little quicker than we wanted to. But once we got going and we kept them in check on their end where they couldn't get comfortable scoring, we finally got clicking in the second half, made a few adjustments, Haley made a couple shots that obviously opened it up early in the second half. But, the way they play, they've got good post play, and I thought Michelle did a fantastic job on McMahon, because I think people forget it's not the NBA where you let the player catch the ball on the block and then they start operating one-on-one and you see who's better and who guards it. The best way to guard post people is as a team with help in certain areas on the backside, but it's also kind of preventive. You got to get position first. You got to control that area of the lane or the block or wherever they're trying to set up first. If you get that, it's a lot easier than letting them catch it. And they've got their 2 leading scorers, they're post people, and if they get comfortable down there and get the ball, they're going to score 15, 20 points. We just never let them get that way.
I was going to say, it looked as if the effort was to force them away from the basket, make them catch that ball as far away from the baseline as you could and make them work their way back in, but then using the help out to force them to give up the ball right away on the double team.
Right, and we, defensively, we kept that in check, like you just said, John, and then what we were able to do sometimes by sort of the way I thought we were running around a little too much on the perimeter stuff, but we were in helping, and then we closed out, we ran them off. The people we needed to run off the three-point line, we ran off. The other people kept putting the ball on the floor, then they started going to some dribble, handoff kind of stuff that we were able to just switch when we were staying, sound and fundamentally correct. We just switched and stayed in front of them and made them have to make, that's what we said before the game, John. We were talking about making tough shots. They made, the first basket, let me look at this. McMahon made 2 baskets. The first one kind of squealed off the side of the rim and went in. And those ones, for me, I don't like when the other team scores, but I go, you clap your hands, go, no, hey, we did what we were supposed to do. It worked for them, and we were able to keep them under duress, having to try to make shots over us, and for the most part, they never got going.
Wenzel with 14 tonight, 8 boards, another active night for her. 26 minutes of play, 7 of 10 from the field, and not only what she did on defensively, what she was able to do offensively to open things up. I thought got going late in that first half, carried over into the second half for her as well.
Yeah, and I thought because of the way they were playing us defensively, I thought we kind of slowed down. And not that we want to be overly fast, but we need to get the ball side to side. When people sit in there and try to take away the post, we need to get the ball side to side, because you saw we had in the first half, we had some of those double screens where we could, Aaron made one. Casey, I think, made one. Haley didn't make the ones in the first half, but if we keep them moving and occupying with those double screens, that leaves no one to help on the post, and that's when the ball went into Michelle, and we made some good decisions throwing it in there.
Kuzmanik with 11 tonight. Struggled in the first half. I could see, she missed her first 3 shots in the ball game, and then she kind of peeled off a little bit offensively and was looking, I'm just going to start helping out my teammates, and But really, I think if she would have stayed with it, I guess the cliche is good shooters shoot their way into a slump and shoot their way out of a slump.
Right, and that's what's amazing about this team in that respect is that at halftime I saw the same thing, and I'm going, I kind of addressed all of them. Haley was feeling that way. Haley looked like she really disappointed us in the first half. The way if you just saw her face, I go, Haley, you're 0 for 1 from 3. I mean, obviously that's her thing, but she was 0 for 1 from 3 and 0 for 3 overall because she took a couple shots off the dribble. She was like that. Steph was kind of like you said. She got a little hesitant, and I kind of addressed them. I said, hey, we've made shots all year at 50%. We've got or better. We've got to shoot them with the confidence that we usually do, and they'll start falling. And Haley made a couple there. Steph made those pull-up jumpers that she made last Wednesday at Wheaton, a couple of those, and again, it was they kind of let things go. I mean, neither team shot a lot of free throws. Neither team got to 10 free throws, but we were able to get ourselves back to 48% for the night and keep them pretty low and we didn't turn the ball over, so that was good.
Good job on the glass tonight. This is a +7 rebounding team in the Blue Jays, and you come out +5 yourself, 39-34, +10 on the offensive rebound.
Right. I mean, they got a few more offensive than I'd have liked in stretches, but we held it to where and it's nice. You got Aaron with 7, you've got Michelle with 8, you've got Christy with 7, you've got 5 from Alexis. I thought she had more than that. It seemed like in the first half she got every rebound that she was around, and she did a great job too. I mean, she made some really nice passes in the second half. She defended and rebounded, and and those guys are still growing. She's really a little ahead. She's a little ahead of Taylor right now. Taylor needs. I just got to keep reinforcing that she needs to use her strength to her advantage. Times she doesn't is when things get away from her. But they're both doing really well and supporting Christy and Michelle, so that we have a pretty deep rotation of people in that spot.
Talk about Erin Quinn. We know she can play defensively, and she's probably your best lockdown defender up top. But tonight, she started taking some shots. 1 for 5 shooting, didn't quite hit them, but 1 for 4 in the three-point angle. I mentioned during the broadcast, I thought, is Tim trying to put something out there on film with Wesleyan coming in here on Saturday, give them something else to think about? Right,
and I think it kind of comes around to her sometimes that she does such a good job making decisions, because what happens is, if you're, we've talked about this before, if you're trying to game plan, well, you don't want Stursik shooting the ball, and you're going to pay a lot of attention to Kuzmanik, and the post players are all scoring in double figures, 3 or 4 of them, so where would you help from? So the ball's going to end up in her hands so she can have chances to make shots, and she's a good shooter when she doesn't rush herself. I mean, she can get to the rim and do things, but to her credit, she understands that she doesn't have to take a lot of shots. I mean, I don't mind. I think every shot she took was a good shot. I don't have a problem with any of them. But as they come open, she's going to have to take them. And in fact, she made the first 3, I think. Mm-hmm. It was a 3. She did. That early on when we were when the game was in mud there and nobody was scoring at all. I mean, she came off and hit that 3 off the screen, and she doesn't have to take shots, but I like when she does. But she also, if you look on the sheet there, she's 5 assists, 1 turnover, 2 steals, 7 rebounds. She keeps the ball alive on the offensive board. She had 2 there. I mean, she's always active doing things for you.
Well, big win tonight. Got it done. Now you have the showdown game on Saturday with Illinois Wesleyan. And the way it was looking there, I think Wesleyan now 115-106. That is a final. So 6-0 team's going to battle it out in the on Saturday night.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. We don't like them. They don't like us, and we don't like them. Let's put it as clear as it could be. I mean, let's not pretend when they come in here we're going to be all handshakes and hugs. We don't like them, and they don't like us. And they've had a good run the last few years, and they've obviously been a really good team in this league and across the board nationally. We've had our turn here, and we won the league last year. We took something from them that they've had for a couple years. They're going to try to take it back. We're not going to let them take it back. We have no intention of letting them take it back. But it'll be a good basketball game. I mean, you can compare scores of different people, and they had that doesn't always prove anything. But they had some trouble with Whitewater. We didn't have as much trouble with them. They're going to play a similar game to Whitewater, so we've got to handle the press with our guards, and make them pay for doing that, and then defend them I don't know. We'll hold them to 33, but we got to defend, with the focus we did tonight. But that's going to be a fun game, a fun atmosphere, and that'll get us to the first pole there as far as playing everybody once, and it couldn't be a better game to play.
I tell you what a way to cap off the first wave through conference play, getting Illinois Wesleyan here in your building on Saturday night. And I encourage anyone who's out and about Saturday, come on in and check this game out, because I'll tell you what, two of the better teams in the upper Midwest playing each other. A rivalry game, as you said. There's, neither team likes each other, so it's going to be a rather intense ball game, very physical ball game. I anticipate on Saturday night. Yeah,
and that's fine. We've had our last year we beat them at their place, and they beat us here on a buzzer beater in overtime. So, it's a good game. It's and the teams are veteran teams that have seen each other, and personnel, they know ours, we know theirs. So it's just. We're going to line them up and go play them, and we'll do our preparation the next 2 days, and then we'll go play them on Saturday, and it should be fun.
Tim, congratulations. Nice win here tonight, and way to get to 6-0, and let's see you Saturday. Let's get a win.
Thanks, John.
You bet. Tim Bernero, head basketball coach for the Carthage Lady Reds, joining us here on our postgame tonight from the Tarble Arena. 71-33 winner. Second straight year the Lady Reds have held the Blue Jays to 33 points here at the Tarble Arena. Again, the Lady Reds finished the ball game 47%, 29 of 61. Second half, they were 57%, 19 of 33. So for the game, 47% shooting. Two players in double figures for Carthage tonight. Michelle Wenzel, the senior from Darien, 7 of 10 from the floor, 14 points, 8 rebounds tonight for the senior Michelle Wenzel. Stephanie Kuzmanik coming on with 11 second half points, 5 for 10 shooting. She was 0 for 4 in the first half, and she goes 5 for 6 here in the second half, including a three-pointer, to get 11 points. She had 9 assists tonight, too, to lead all players in that category as well. A lot of stagger in points here. Christy Schmidt with 9, 2 of 9 shooting, but she was 5 of 6 from the free throw line. 9 points for Taylor Boardman coming off the bench tonight, 4 of 6 shooting, including a three-pointer for Boardman tonight. 8 points for Alexis Hahn. Very active night for Hahn, 4 of 7 from the floor. She had 8 points, 5 rebounds, 2 blocks, and a steal in 20 minutes tonight. It was 6 points each for Haley Stursick and Casey Kleiner, the two snipers from the outside. It was Stursick who was 0 for 1 from three-point range in the first half. She finished at 2 for 3 here in the second half, finished with 6 points in 24 minutes. Kleiner, 2 for 5, both of those three-pointers here in the second half. She finished with 6. 3 points for Allison Riley coming in off the bench. Erin Quinn finished with 3, but Quinn tonight 1 for 4 from three-point arc for that 3 points, but she also had 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, and 1 block tonight in 29 minutes of play. 2 points for Abby Palusik coming off the bench late, scoring that one with about a minute left in regulation. Erin Gansky, Gabby Chappa, Amanda Genge, Emily Schaff played, did not score for the Lady Reds in the ball game. Meanwhile, for the Blue Jays, they were led by Karen Sinnett with 9. Sinnett, the third-team all-conference selection a year ago, was 3 of 9 shooting and 1 for 2 from behind the arc for her 9 points. Fiona McMahon, a 13-point, 9-rebound performer coming into the game here tonight, was limited to just 8 points tonight, 2 for 6 from the floor. She was 4 of 4 from the line. She also had her 9 rebounds tonight, but just 8 points in the contest. And Mel Schwartman coming off the bench, the team's leading scorer, averaging just under 15 points a game. She was held to 3 of 8 shooting, 0 for 1 from the three-point range, 1 for 2 from the line, and finished with 7 points. The two leading scorers combined for just 15 points tonight for the Blue Jays. Carthage limiting the Blue Jays to 12 of 52 from the floor, 23%. That's a low watermark on the year, surpassing the 23.2 field goal difference defense against Kalamazoo Game 2 in the tournament out at Manchester, Indiana. Rebounding, Carthage out-rebounding the Blue Jays 39-34. Carthage getting 10 on the offensive glass. Blue Jays with 11 of their 34 on the offensive side. It was a Wenzel with 8, Quinn and Schmidt each with 7 for the Lady Reds. Leading rebounder was Fiona McMahon for the Blue Jays with 9, 7 of them on the defensive glass. Lady Reds with 23 assists on their 29 made baskets. The Blue Jays with 6 assists on their 12 made baskets. Carthage forcing 23 Blue Jay turnovers. That includes 5 blocks and 10 steals. For the Lady Reds, they turn it just 13 times, 1 block, 3 steals for the Blue Jays. And Carthage rolling to their 8th straight win now. They are now 15-2 overall, 6-0 in league play. The Blue Jays 10-7, 2-4 in conference play. They will hit Illinois Wesleyan on Saturday. Wesleyan a winner in Naperville tonight. The Wesleyan women 115-106 over North Central. So 2 6-0 squads will square off here in Kenosha on Saturday night. One other final. It's about to go final. It's very close to going final. As 2 seconds left, it's a 1-point Elmhurst lead right now over the Carthage Redmen, 72-71. Redmen storming back in the second half. And still playing with 2 seconds left. Carthage had taken a timeout. And we'll see here. We'll try and keep it here as long as we can, as the Redmen trailed by 14 at the half, 42-28, but have stormed back, outscoring the Blue Jays 43-30 here in the second half. Malcolm Kelly, another strong night for the Redmen, 24 points on 8 of 18 from the floor, and he is 1 for 4 from three-point range. So Carthage taking a timeout. They have 2 remaining with 2 seconds left in that one, and it is now gone final as the Blue Jays make a free throw late, and it stave off the Redmen by a final of 73-70. So the Carthage Redmen fall to 4-2 in conference play, 11-6 overall. Elmhurst now also 11-6. They are now 3-3 in league play. So the 4-2 Redmen will host Illinois Wesleyan on Saturday. And Illinois Wesleyan a winner at home tonight in men's play, 72-57 over North Central, and that may just spell the end for North Central. That could be a critical loss for the Cardinals, as they are struggling through the first round of conference play, and they lose on the road tonight to Illinois Wesleyan 72-57. So the Titans will come in as part of a first-place tie in the CCIW, as the Wheaton Thunder also pick up a win tonight. They go to 4-2 on the year as they come from behind to beat North Park 84-63. And Milliken a winner 72-50, or I should say Augie a winner over Milliken 72-57. So Augustana now at 5-1. Illinois Wesleyan at 5-1. Carthage and Wheaton at 4-2, with Carthage hosting Illinois Wesleyan on Saturday night. That's where we will greet you next. Saturday night, a big doubleheader in CCIW play right here at the Tarble Arena. You'll want to get here early for both games. Lady Reds and the Lady Titans will battle at 5 o'clock. That'll be followed by the Redmen and Titans at 7. Tickets will be made available at the door. $6 for adults, $3 for children under the age of 18, $3 for senior citizens. All Carthage students, faculty, and staff admitted free as always with their Carthage ID card. So we hope to see you out here in person Saturday night. A huge showdown for both teams as Carthage and Illinois Wesleyan play a doubleheader right here at the Tarble Arena. Early in the afternoon on Saturday, there'll be a clinic here, Boys and Girls Club Clinic, a meet and greet with the Redmen and Lady Reds. And if you want to take part in that, contact the Kenosha Boys and Girls Club. They'll get you set up with that. Marlin Sr. putting that on for the Redmen on Saturday afternoon. That'll be from 1 to 3 here at the Tarble Arena. My thanks to Scott DeLabio, engineering our broadcast back at the WLIP studios in Pleasant Prairie. Big thanks to Mike Love, again, engineering our broadcast here on site. For our video production here tonight from the Tarble Arena, big thanks to Steve Maravich, also Sports Information Director here at Carthage College, for their assistance in tonight's broadcast. I'm John Weiser. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. If not, the final outcome. Once again, the final score here tonight at the Tarble Arena. It was the Carthage Lady Reds defeating the Elmhurst Blue Jays by a final of 71-33. Lady Reds 6-0 in a first-place showdown with the 6-0 Titans Saturday at 5 o'clock. Until then, have a great week, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to Carthage Lady Reds basketball. Carthage Athletics heard exclusively on Kenosha's radio station, AM 1050, WLIP Kenosha. Good night, everyone.